Hello everybody and welcome back to the DIY Diecast Studios. My name is Joe and this is the weekly diecast show called the Diecast and Hot Wheels Collector Show with Joe. So glad you could join me for another episode. Okay, got a lot of great stuff for you in this show, maybe too much stuff. I like to keep this show around 25 minutes, give or take a couple, that way it's not too short. And then that way it's not so long that you don't want to watch the whole thing. So I'll try to get right into it. Again, a lot of stuff to cover. Before I forget though, a personal thank you to those who sent comments to the channel throughout this last week. Got a lot of great comments this week. I appreciate every single one of them. I respond to all the comments. So send me a comment, even if you just want to let me know what you collect and say, hey, and then give me a chance to personally thank you for watching the show when I respond to your comment. Okay, now next, this is mandatory. I'm going to see how many of you guys will actually do it. But anyway, a lot of the comments that I got this week were from people who were taking on the project of building their own lowriders in the 1/64 scale using the flexible ball pivot Legos that I've been showing. I featured a lot of these builds here in the past several months. I've been really stepping it up, trying to up my collection and build new ones to show you guys. And some of you guys are just now getting your pieces in. You're starting to actually build them. I've got some really great comments from people who have gotten started on them. And if you are one of those people who is building one of these lowriders from scratch, whether you're using Lego pieces method like I showed you or any other method, please, mandatory, no, do it. Comment. And I want to know this. I want to know what kind of car you've selected for your build, and I want to know how it's going and the technique that you're using. And I'll tell you, lowriders are my favorite. You know this if you've been watching the channel. And I gotta know what you're working on these lowriders. A lot of times I look around my open cars or whatnot and mine that are not open, and I'm always trying to figure out which one to do next. So if you guys share with me what you guys are working on, it might help me to get some ideas, and who knows, maybe I'll end up making one out of the one that you were attempting to make one out of. Maybe I'll beat you to it. Maybe you'll beat me to it. Either way, keep them comments coming, please. All right, got a little cheat sheet on the cardboard, of course, because we're fancy around here. That's the way we do things. But also, we're going to talk today about Hot Wheels retirement. What is Hot Wheels retirement? If you don't know, I'm glad you don't know. But if you're one of those people that thinks that you're going to retire on Hot Wheels, you're not. And I have a very short list of people who will retire off of their Hot Wheels collections or buy Hot Wheels by any means. But I'm sad to let you know that you are definitely not going to retire off of your Hot Wheels. And I'll tell you why coming up. All right. Also, I want to talk about the General Lee diecast. I have a few different examples here. I know you can't see everything that's on the table right now, but you know how I do it. I kind of give you an overview, and then I point the camera down and get you up close for the action. But we'll be also discussing the General Lee. I have several different models. This is a Great Racing Champions version here. We'll be taking a look at that. Also in this episode, we're going to talk about damaged diecast, okay? Now, the diecast inside is fine, but the package is damaged. That's what I'm talking about. Not the actual damaged diecast, but the package. Do you buy it when you run across it? I see it all the time at flea markets, at yard sales, and it's dirt cheap. I'll give you my opinion about that and what I do when I run across it. I have several great examples of damaged diecast packaging to go over with you and talk to you about. Also, I have a segment that I do weekly. Every week in this show, I do one diecast of NASCAR. Each week, it's the NASCAR pick of the week. Sorry, my mind is going. That's why I've got the cheat sheet here. But anyway, it's the NASCAR pick of the week. It's a very, very cool one, very limited edition, and should be worth lots of money. I don't know. So we're going to definitely open it up. Also, want to cover some of my favorite bus diecast, 1/64 scale buses. I have some fantastic examples. I picked some of my favorites out of my collection, including one that has been wheel swapped, and it is just amazing. You're not going to believe your eyes. Also, got another short Dollar Tree haul. It's going to kind of be like last week. There's only a few cars in here. There's just a lot of them old cases lingering around on the pegs. I need somebody to come buy all this stuff up off the pegs so that they'll put out some new boxes or order some new cases. It's just been a lot of the same old stuff, but I did manage to pick up a few what I thought was cool ones. Had to have them for the collection. We'll take a look at those as well. And then I want to introduce a brand new segment to the show. Much like the NASCAR pick of the week, I want to do a new one where and I won't show it to you now, it's got to be a surprise, where we'll look at some really funky diecast, and maybe we'll call the name of this segment, What Is It Anyway? Because this diecast is so bad, it's really hard to tell what it is. So we'll take a look at it. I'll do my best at trying to figure out what in the world the designer was thinking when he made it, and you can guess what you think it might be too. Maybe it's an actual vehicle that I don't know about. We'll see. But at any rate, I'm going to come now and get the camera pointed down at the table and bring it in up front and close for the action. Let's get started on all these great topics. Hang tight now. All right, let's go ahead and scan the table. I got the General Lee's back there. And got the it's a Golf Pride. It's a bigger scale too, 1/24 scale, I believe. We're gonna talk about that. It's gonna be pretty cool, I think. We'll see. Got another damage package item here, and here we're gonna talk about do you buy them? Do you I mean, would you even consider buying them at all when you run across them? And then oh, I didn't mean for you to see that yet. That is the What Is It Anyway car. We're going to get to that too. There's all my favorite school buses back there. We will be checking those out. And there's the NASCAR pick of the week. These back here will have to do with what is in the Dollar Tree haul. So let's just get started with the, let's just do the NASCAR pick of the week and get that out of the way. All right, here's the NASCAR pick of the week. It is a Dale Earnhardt Jr. This was a release by Action. You'll see down here in the company. Sorry, my fingernails are greasy. I've been replacing a transmission mount on my personal car all day long. But anyhow, made by Action Racing, and it is the Superman car. And we'll get that out and get a much better look at the Superman graphics that are on this car. But this is another reason why, even though I'm not a NASCAR fan in particular, I still love to collect the old NASCAR diecast. It is so much fun with all the different graphics on it. Absolutely love this Superman one. Very limited edition. It's it says limited edition, but it doesn't say out of how many. There's just a really long number there. So I don't know. We'll see. But let's get this out and check out the great Superman decals on this car. All right, there it is. Check out Superman on the side of that. The number 3, of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And the details are amazing on these Action cars. There it is, another great Superman decal on the hood there. Just all the different variations that they have of these racing collectibles. There's so many cool ones out there. Greatly detailed yellow letter racing tires. These are rubber, being an Action quality release. Got some other great decals on there. Also sponsored by Burger King, AC Delco, and just a great looking Monte Carlo from Dale Earnhardt Jr. there in the Superman decal theme. All right, next up is the Dollar Tree haul. Keep wanting to call them Dollar General. Let's see what's inside. All right, picked up this totally cool Land Rover Defender 90. And I had not seen this one before. I did know it was out there. I was very, very pleasantly surprised to find this on the pegs today at the Dollar Tree. And that is just a very well detailed. I love it when they put the extra spare wheel on the back, and that is actually similar somewhat in size to the other ones. Painted in details include the marker lights. Check that out on the upper fender there. Absolutely fantastic. We'll come back to this one. There's something very special I want to show you. Has to do with Land Rover. All right, next up, check this out. Is that cool or what? Matchbox has given us the 1984 Toyota MR2. What a fantastic car. These cars were on the road when I was a young man growing up, and just a very, very sporty looking car. Kind of rivaled the Pontiac Fiero and some of the other small sports cars of the time, but I have never seen a other casting of the 80s body style of the Toyota MR2. Thank you very much, Matchbox, for bringing us a classic there. Great, great find. Alright, next up. Now, you know I like my realistic looking cars. This is one of them kind of crazy ones, but it's not too crazy, okay? Now, this is the Dairy Delivery, and of course they have released this in many, many different variations, but I have never seen them release it in the lifted four-wheel drive version before, and I thought, man, if I could get some of my real rubber tire aftermarket wheels and wheel swap this thing, that would, I just want to see what it looks like, really. I think it's going to look amazing, so look forward to this one upcoming on one of my short videos of it being wheel swapped. It should look pretty great. We'll see. Alright, like I said, not much, but and the last thing, yes, a roll of packaging tape. If you guys watch the show, you know that every time I do a Dollar Tree haul, I always pick up at least one roll of packaging tape. I ship a lot of stuff out, and I always need packaging tape. It's a great place to get your packaging tape at a very low price, and I actually had picked up 2 rolls, and I would show you the other one, but I promise you it is exactly just like this one. You'll see it is great quality. The details are all fantastic. All the correct decals are there, and it's just really great quality, and I was super glad to pick up that for my packaging needs as well. Alright, sorry about that. I really don't mean to keep showing you guys the tape that I buy at Dollar Tree every week, but I do buy shipping tape from Dollar Tree every week, and I just keep forgetting to take it out of the bag. So you guys get to see it anyway. But again, sorry about that. Let's move on. Alright, so I did mention that there was some very special reason that I bought this, or that I kept it out anyway. And then if you caught a glimpse of it when I was scanning the table, you may have noticed that there is another Land Rover that was over on the corner of the table. Here it is. It is the Land Rover Series 3 pickup. My point is that Hot Wheels has been putting out a lot of great Land Rovers lately. And so I wanted to show you another one that I had. This has been in my collection for a long time. Made me think of it buying this one today, that I still had this one. And it's going to be featured also in another four-wheel drive, real rubber tire, wheel swap shorts video. Look for that also coming up soon. And I have already wheel swapped a Land Rover, and this is the Defender double cab. So you will see that it is much like the regular Defender, only in the great double cab variation. And you'll see that I have wheel swapped it with those fantastic, very realistic, real rubber, white leather tires with the fantastic 6-spoke deep dish rims. They just look fantastic on there. What an upgrade. Very realistic looking tread on there as well. And there is a shorts video already out that I did after I wheel swapped this one. So some great looking Land Rovers coming out from Hot Wheels here lately. Don't miss out on them. They are fantastic. Alright, next up, let's get into these fantastic buses. Let's just start with this one. Now, several shows ago, maybe more than that, this is episode 16, I believe, of the weekly show that I've done. I featured the West Coast Choppers 6-car set, and this was one of them. This was from Jesse James's Monster Garage TV series, and it's a school bus pontoon boat. See how those flip down? That is fantastic. And this thing would actually float. That's why that thing is on the front too. It's some kind of pontoon as well. And but if you remember the show, it was put on by Jesse James, and he hired a team of fabricators and mechanics, and they chose a vehicle, and they were tasked with the chore of turning it into something cool. And the team that had gotten the school bus on this episode chose to turn it into a floating pontoon school bus, and certainly one of my favorites. The details are crazy. Look at the grill and the headlights. I mean, they really went all out for something that was kind of silly. They put real rubber tires on it, gator backs at that. Look at the gator back tread on those. Painted the bottom of the transmission. I mean, the details for something that was just meant to be silly in the first place are just outrageous on these things. So go back and check that video out. There's also just a video on these exclusively in my library of videos, and one of my favorite 1/64 scale buses. Alright, now something old school. Look at those black walls. Yep, this is a black walls 1991 release, so this was we're getting close towards the end of the black walls with this school bus, and it's just very city bus looking, flat front, lots of seats in there, not a lot of great details. As you can see, the taillights are kind of imprinted in there, but they're not colored in at all. We got an imprint of a license plate there, but no license plate decal. We got some metal headlights there that were part of the base, I imagine, that pop up through there. And you know, the base is, what's funny about this one is the base is metal, much like back in 1991 those cars would have been, especially all the black walls, but the body on this thing is plastic. Isn't that kind of strange? So it's very, very interesting, and for that reason, another one of my favorites. Here's an interesting one. This is a Johnny Lightning example here. It is a county sheriff bus. So this is what they would have transported the prisoners to and from different, I don't know, do they go on field trips? Do you suppose that prisoners get to go on field trips? I don't know. But they needed a bus for some reason to haul a lot of prisoners around. I've seen them in movies and stuff. Never in real life have I seen one. But absolutely love this casting. What a fantastic job. It has real rubber tires on it as well. It's very premium Johnny Lightning casting there. Doesn't say what it is. I'm guessing it's a GMC. Looks like definitely a Chevy fendered and headlight truck, and I'm guessing that's a GMC. And there it is in the county sheriff. And then I also have this casting, and it's a Johnny Lightning as well, in the Partridge Family. Yes, this is now the Partridge Family, in case you don't know, they were a TV show. It was a family that sang and did concerts and things like that. They all played different instruments or whatnot, but you know, it was a TV show from, I believe, the late 60s, early 70s, and that's that same bus from Johnny Lightning. Again, I think it's a GMC. Real rubber tires on that one as well. All metal casting, metal body, metal base, and I just love it. And that's exactly what the Partridge Family bus that they traveled on looked like in the TV show. Alright, next up is that totally cool Hot Wheels release. Now, you guys have probably all seen this one. They put out lots of different variations of it. Great wood grain details on the side of it. I mean, it's just slicked back with the larger wheels in the back and true drag racing style, with the smaller ones in the front. Look at all the exhaust pipes coming out of that mega hot rod engine in the back there. Fantastic casting, very cool. Very low sitting to the ground. This bus is definitely slammed, and another one of my Hot Wheels favorites buses. Alright, and next up, sorry, bumped the camera there. Are you okay? Good. Okay, so next up is my pride and joy. Okay, here's my white wall, real rubber tire, wheel swapped, deep dish, 5 stars, school bus. And is the same casting as that last one I showed you, only it has a Gold Coast surf theme on the side of it. Lots of palm trees and beach kind of action going on there. And I had no idea at the time when I was wheel swapping this that it was going to come out this good. By far, with very little effort, one of my favorite customs I've ever done by simply just changing the wheels and tires on it. I just think it looks amazing. One of my favorite wheel swaps and one of my favorite school bus from Hot Wheels. And if you've been watching my videos, you have seen this one several times before. It has been featured in another weekly show that I did several episodes ago, and also in my Demolition Derby series, where I make the Demolition Derby cars. This is my custom-made Demolition Derby bus. This thing was beat up. It was one of them yard sale bag specials. Who made this one? No name on the bottom of it, although it is pretty good quality and details. But again, it was all beat up and scratched up, so that's what I do with my beat up and scratched up diecast. Never would I think about throwing it away. It's either going to end up in the diecast junkyard or made into one of these fantastic Demolition Derby vehicles. Alright everybody, next up, we're going to talk some damaged packaging diecast, okay? I run across this stuff all the time at the flea markets and the yard sales. And if you've been watching my show, you will notice that I open everything. I mean, 95%. And then the other 5% gets opened, but just not for you guys to see. And that's not on purpose. Sometimes I have to skip opening stuff just in interest of saving time. Sometimes the video starts to run over and I just kind of show you and then flop it over to the side. But everything that I buy, I open up. I thoroughly enjoy my diecast collection. I love to have them outside of the packages where I can set them up in dioramas and do photography with them and all that kind of stuff. So buying damaged, packaged diecast doesn't bother me at all. And I absolutely love to run across it that way because generally almost always the diecast inside is in perfect mint condition, but it's just in a damaged package that I'm going to open up and throw away anyway. So I think it's a fantastic deal, and I'm going to show you a few examples and also let you know what I paid for these great diecast at a very low price. Hang tight. Alright, we'll just start out with this fantastic Golf Pride limited edition diecast metal collectible replica. It's from Speccast. I've never heard of that brand before till I picked this up. Have you? Leave in the comments if you've ever heard of them before. Speccast diecast collectibles. It is a 1940 Ford, and I thought it was a coin bank when I looked at it at first, and I don't know, it still might be. I'm going to open it up, but you'll see anyhow. I paid $3 for this, and it just got a big old whammo. This package got wet. You can see how it's all wavy here across the top. The package is damaged, and $3 is what I paid for that. And it's 1/24 scale. Let's open it up and see how amazing it is. Alright, there it is. I'm telling you, this thing is in absolutely perfect condition. We got a rear opening. Oh, it is a coin bank. Alright, that's what I was wondering. It didn't say it on the box, but I thought it might have been, it just looked like something that would have been a coin bank. So put your coins right in the back there. Totally awesome. The details are great on this, down to the tail lights with the chrome rings around them or whatnot. Yeah, that package was damaged, but this thing is just fine. Real rubber tires on this thing. All of the stainless is colored in correctly. It would have been stainless before chrome back in the 1940s and 30s and on back. And we even got an opening hood. And check out the details on that engine. That is crazy. Look at the carb air cleaner sticking up there. Green engine block and a silver intake. Amazing details on this car for only $3. I wouldn't pass it up for that damaged package ever. Also got opening side doors. Check out that mega throw shifter in there. That shifter is gotta be as long as a yardstick. Absolutely fantastic details on the dashboard. What an amazing vehicle if you're willing to put up with a little damaged cardboard for only $3. Next up, alright, now look at this F-150. Okay, it's got something to do with the Cincinnati Bengals. The name of it's the quarterback for the Bengals. And look, the package is just totally wasted up here at the top. It's all bent up. Looks like it could have even got wet. It's halfway coming open. The card has slid down from its original position. And I held this up at the yard sale and I said, how much for this beat up thing? And they were like 50 cents. 50 cents I got this thing for. That F-150 in there is absolutely fantastic. I guarantee you it's in perfect mint condition. We'll get it out and double check. Absolutely. I mean, have you ever even seen anything like this before? I'm not particularly a Bengals fan, but that's a great looking F-150 with some super great wheels, real rubber tires, and great details all the way around the thing for only 50 cents. Because I had a beat up package. I'll buy them all day long. Two more examples here real quick are both of these semi trucks I picked up for only $1 a piece. Racing Champions 1/64 scale, and the seller was concerned about the sticker damage, and also the packages are creased in these, and somebody tore the price tags off and hurt them to where they're not in mint condition. They weren't worth a whole lot to begin with, but hey, at $1 a piece because of the damaged packaging or whatever, there is so much that I can do with these great 1/64 scale semi trucks. They even come with a little Micro Machines race car, each one of them, that goes in the back there. How cool is that? Only $1 a piece. Lots of customizing possibilities here, and look forward to getting, and I guarantee you they are in mint condition. I'm going to kind of scoot along to get to the last topic here, but another example of what you can get for cheap and just some damaged packaging. Alright, so here it is. It is the Racing Champions, the Dukes of Hazzard. Of course, it is the General Lee, and it's got the great movie graphics on the card there. It is diecast for sure. And I'm trying to see when this one was released. 2002. Okay, that's very important because if you go on eBay, this car right now from Racing Champions, the 2002 release, I've seen it sell anywhere from $60 to $120. When I looked at the comparable sales, those are ones that have actually sold now. That one right there, $60 to $120. Watch this. Do you see what I'm doing here? I am opening this bad boy up. I just told you what this thing could be worth, and or what it is worth, and there it is. You see how easily I just tore into that package? Effortlessly. And I didn't even need to because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got a lot of other ones around here too. But it's going to tie into what I'm going to talk to you about next here. Alright, here I come. Alright, here's the part that is no fun at all. This is where I got to crush some dreams out there, okay? Now, I know a lot of people who ask me why I open up all my diecast. And a lot of people ask me, should they open up their diecast? As far as as it comes to money, you know. Will it affect the value of your diecast in the future? You know, and they just ask what they should do. Okay, so obviously, I'm going to tell you should open it and thoroughly enjoy your diecast. I only buy diecast because I like it. I only buy the diecast that I like. I don't spend a lot of money on diecast that I don't like just because I think it might be worth a lot of money. It was so easy to open up that General Lee that could be worth, it depends on what day it is, really. The price fluctuates just that much, but from $60 to $120 in the package, tore it right open. I like the cars. And then there's all these other points that I want to make too, okay? I know a lot of people buy the premiums and they try to buy them up by the sets. They buy cars that they don't even want, that they don't even like, but they're trying to complete a set because they're worried about in the future they're going to be able to possibly sell them for retiring purposes or whatever. I don't know what they're thinking. But people out there spend an awful lot of money on diecast that they don't even want, that they don't even like. And I couldn't think of a better example than this. Okay, let's take the 1996 Camaro. That is the first treasure hunt. If you know what I'm talking about, it's the white with the gloss orange stripes in the interior. That is one of the most expensive Hot Wheels that you can find out there. It's up there anyway. It's an expensive Hot Wheels, what I'm getting at, okay? For book pricing purposes, it's worth around $2,000 in the package, of course, okay? I seen one on Facebook Marketplace the other day for $1,600, and it was marked down from $2,000. Somebody was trying to buy or get the full $2,000 price out of it, and they just couldn't. Time went by. They came down to $1,600 on that. Okay, my point being, anyway, that being one of the most popular and a very, very collectible car, worth a lot of money. I mean, up into the thousands like that. Even if you just bought that kind of stuff, and you thought one day I'll keep these, and another 40 years down the line they'll be worth so much, and I'll be able to retire. 1996 was what? 2006, what, 30, close to 30 years ago? That car is 30 years old. It's one of the most popular die-cast cars out there. Very, very valuable at even $1,600. And that's all it's worth after 30 years. Now, I know some of you are saying that's all it's worth. That is a lot of money, okay? But let me ask you, how many $1,600 cars would you actually have to retire age 64? You may live to be 90, so another 25 years. How fast would you go through money just living your life? And what I'm trying to point out here is that even if you had 10 of those ultra rare, hard to find, valuable first treasure hunt Camaros, I mean, that 10 of them would only be, $16,000. You'd go through that in less than a year in actual retirement. So if you had 100 of them, that would only be $160,000. Again, that's a lot of money, but that's like 2 years of most people's salary. That would only get you by 2 years in retirement if you think about it. So the reality that you're going to be retiring off of keeping these things in their packages, pristine and perfect conditions on the cards, it's just not so. And I buy collections all the time, entire collections of people who the circumstances in life and their interest and things that they care about have changed. And they used to love Hot Wheels 10 years ago. Threw them in a closet. Now all of a sudden they don't care about them at all. Just changes in life. And they sell them to me at $1 a piece just to get rid of them all at the same time. You can find many, many examples of that on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay, where you can buy somebody's entire collection out so cheap. What I'm getting at here is that when you make the decision to purchase your Hot Wheels and your die-cast, ultimately my advice would be only buy what you love. Open them up and enjoy them. That's what they're meant for. You can do all kinds of wheel swaps and great customizations on them. You can make your own treasure hunts just by swapping the wheels in most cases. But I thoroughly enjoy opening mine. I recommend that if you're getting into this hobby or you've been into it, open them up and enjoy them. And it's really not going to hurt the long-term value of them if you still keep them in excellent condition, even though they're outside of the packages. But the reality that you're going to ever retire on Hot Wheels or die-cast, hopefully my examples are strong enough to prove to you, that the only people who are really going to retire from Hot Wheels are the employees that have worked there long enough to retire from Hot Wheels. And then maybe that guy that's got that rare 1968 Volkswagen bus that's pink that there's only one of in the world, and I think he's got $1 million price tag on that. But for the rest of us, let's collect the diecast that we love and enjoy them. Kind of went over on the time on the show. I hope you enjoyed the content and everything that you've seen. If you are brand new to finding the show, I have over 160 videos in my video library for you to go back and watch. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe so that you don't miss all the upcoming videos. Got a lot of great wheel swaps that I mentioned on those Land Rovers coming up, as well as that dairy truck. You don't want to miss them, so subscribe. And don't forget to comment if you're building one of them lowriders. Mandatory. Oh, I meant to not smack the table. I know what happens when I smack the table. Diecast goes flying everywhere. This is not the Diecast Goes Flying Everywhere show. It's in the same building. Actually, it's down the hall and 2 doors down. I went in there before. I'm telling you, you don't want to go to that studio. Diecast just flying everywhere. But anyway, have a great week, and hope to see you on the next episode. See you later.